Hi there, everybody, and welcome into a Thursday edition of Gold and Blue Now. I'm Garrett Cullen. Of course, the big news yesterday coming from inside the state is the top in-state high school football recruit Ryan Switzer from George Washington High School announced where he's going to play college football. Switzer, of course, a part of that 2013 recruiting class. He's not going to be playing at West Virginia. The Mountaineers were in his final three along with North Carolina and Penn State. According to his head coach, Steve Edwards Jr., Switzer will be playing at North Carolina.
He's got great support. He's got great support from his teammates, his community, his fan support, and family support. And, you know, I think that'll help him get through it. And again, when he was doing this process, he knew he wasn't going to please everybody. But the most important person I think he pleased was his family and himself, and that's good enough for me. So
Ryan Switzer will play his college ball at North Carolina. The Tar Heels, of course, on 3 years of probation. They're going to miss the 2012 postseason, and will have 15 less scholarships over the next 3 years. Moving on now to a Mountaineer football note for this year. Spring football practice, of course, on break right now for spring break, but one of the players not coming back will be Parkersburg native Matt Lindamood. He, of course, has been dealing with a neck injury going back to last season. Lindamood, of course, walking on with the team back in 2008 and receiving playing time on both special teams and offense, eventually earning himself a scholarship with the Mountaineers. The Parkersburg native was a 3-year starter at Parkersburg High School. He was also the runner-up for the Kennedy Award during his senior season. Well, the Mountaineer football team returning to practice on Tuesday of next week. Of course, West Virginia overall this season will be returning two 1,000-yard receivers in Tavon Austin and Stedman Bailey. Now, those numbers and statistics, however, haven't gone to their heads as receivers coach and offensive coordinator Shana Dawson says they're still working just as hard in practice.
Those guys are coachable. You know, I'll give them credit on that. I mean, they're not guys that think they have it all figured out, and you can coach them just like you can coach a freshman, you know, and they're fine. But, I mean, guys with – I mean, you're right. They have a certain maturity level, and I'll give them that, you know. I mean, both of those guys are focused on football and want to get better. And but I sat both of them down individually and just explained to them that if you think you're there yet, then there's no reason to even come to practice.
And again, West Virginia getting back to practice on Tuesday of next week. Complete coverage on the website at wvmetronews.com. That's going to do it for this edition of Gold and Blue Now. Thanks so much for watching. I'm Garrett Cullen.